up YouTube? Crafting Cars here, happy Tuesday. Now in today's video, as you may have guessed, we're back working on the Civic. And this actually marks day number 2 of the B16 or built B16 teardown, if you guys have been following along. And what I plan on doing today is taking off the entire engine harness, some of the ground cables, and I want to get rid of all the vacuum lines and heater hoses and coolant lines that are connected to the cylinder head, because in these upcoming videos I'm going to want to take that cylinder head off. I think I'm going to take the cylinder head and the intake manifold off at the same time. Why I want to do that is because when I remove the engine from the car, I'm actually going to be removing the engine from the bottom of the car. Got the car jacked up, remove the engine from the bottom, and if you take the cylinder head off before you remove the engine from the bottom, you literally cut the height of the engine in half, and it gets a lot easier to slide it out from the bottom. So that's kind of what we plan on doing, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so I think we're going to start today off by removing the harness from the engine. I'll just go ahead, disconnect everything, drape it over the side, and at this moment I'm pretty thankful that I got that Wireworks engine harness on there, because all the plastic connectors are brand new, and they're still soft, and they won't crack on me or shatter. So this is a really good thing, because it's really annoying when you're trying to take off a 20-year-old engine harness. All the connectors are usually stuck, and a lot of times you have to force them, and when you force them, they start cracking. So this way, it's easy peasy. Like, VTEC solenoid off. Then get the coolant temperature sensor disconnected, easy peasy. You got your starter solenoid signal wire disconnected, easy, light work, light work. You got your, oh, it's my reverse switch. Easy money, easy money. Throttle position sensor, nothing. Idle air control valve, already disconnected. You got your fuel injectors. Boop, 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 boop. Easy money. Pushing down through the intake manifold. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, intake air temperature sensor. Forget about it. What else we got here? Oh yeah, alternator plug. Easy peasy. What else we got? Oh yeah, oil pressure sensor for my oil pressure gauge. Can't find the clip. Oh, here it is. Easy, let's see what else. There's the fan switch right here. No problem. What else we got? Oh yeah, distributor wires. Distributor plugs, I suppose. Disconnect those. Done and done. Oh yeah, engine coolant temperature sender. Done. Oh yeah, there's a vehicle speed sensor on the tranny. I got my turbo oil scavenge pump. Alright, so I think I just got all the plastic connectors disconnected. Now I'm going to go ahead and take out all the ones that are held on with a nut or a screw or something like that. For example, the alternator, power terminal, and the starter power terminal. Can't forget about the thermostat ground cable. Very important. Now this wire right here is a wire I made using the original factory harness. This one went straight back to the alternator. This is the power terminal, and as you can see, it connects right to the fuse box. Set that aside. This is part of the charge harness. Basically the harness that's in charge of charging your battery and keeping your lights lit. And right now I'm taking the main wire off the starter terminal on the starter here. And you'll notice that this one I've got going straight to this terminal right here, and this terminal goes to the back of my car and connects to my battery. Also part of the charge harness. So that's actually going to be it for the charge harness and the main engine harness. Now let's get at these ground wires. Now as far as the main grounds for these Honda engines, you've got the one going from the chassis to the tranny. You've got one that goes from the chassis to either the top of the head or the valve cover. And then you usually have one that goes from the engine harness to the thermostat. And I already took this one off, as you can see by this little loose bolt here. And I think that was this guy right here. Woo! Done. All right, next thing I'm gonna take off here is this fuel feed line. This goes straight into the fuel filter and then runs back to my fuel pressure regulator back there that's mounted on the subframe. Pretty simple, all I gotta do, crack this nut loose and I can just unthread it by hand, set it off to the side. Almost forgot one important step there. Before you take those fuel lines off, or any fuel line in your engine bay, open up your gas cap and relieve that excess fuel pressure. Also, I should probably get a rag so the fuel doesn't squirt all over the place. Alright, so the next couple of things on my list are the vacuum lines and the heater hoses that are connected to the cylinder head. I'm going to go ahead and take those apart at the same time as I go, since a lot of them kind of get in the way of each other, and some of them are kind of hard to get at. But as far as heater hoses, I got this big black one that runs into the cab of the car. I've got all these red ones that you see, those are all heater hoses. Besides for this is a little crankcase breather. So I got all those, and then I've got a lot of vacuum lines that they're all tucked, so they're kind of hard to see. But if you look behind my intake manifold, I got one there, one there, one there, and one there. So those are gonna be fun to take out. So that was the vacuum lines and all the heater hoses connected to the head and the intake manifold. That's gonna make it super easy for when we go ahead, pick the intake manifold and the head off in one piece. We're not gonna have any hoses or anything like that holding us down. One last thing we gotta get is the throttle cable. Throttle cable is super easy. All you gotta do is crack this nut right here. Then disconnect your line like so.
And that is that.
Alrighty, so that's gonna wrap it up for B16 Teardown Part 2 today. Tune in next time. I plan on taking that valve cover off, digging into that cylinder head a little bit to the point where we can get the cams out and inspect those for wear. Hopefully we didn't damage those, but you never know. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Also, stay tuned for Friday's videos. Gideon likes to upload on Fridays. He's been doing videos on his BRZ go-kart if you're into power sports. Thanks for all the comments, all the love in the comment section, and the like and sharing and subscribing. It's been helping us out a ton. If you're new to the channel, hey, we're crafting cars. We post every Tuesday and Friday, automotive and fun content and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a fun journey and we'll see you next time. Bye.